Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the Underground Runaround. I'm your host, Brad Ross, here with my co-host, Pav Daddy, and our big bad newsman is back from his hiatus, Brett Comensoli. Welcome back, gentlemen. Pav, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good, man.
All right. Brett, how are you,
Believe
buddy?
it or not.
Oh, man, I'm awesome. I'm fresh back from vacation, feeling good.
How was vacation, dude? Where'd you go? Tell the people where you went.
We went to Myrtle Beach with my whole family, had a blast. Myrtle Beach is pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, drove by, I was telling you before we came on, drove by the Cubs low A Talkins. I did not know they were there, to be quite honest with you. And played some top golf. That was fun. Hadn't swung a club in forever.
I've never been there.
It's cool. It's fun, man.
Break
Played
out the
Frisbee golf
bank.
down there. Yeah, it was half price Tuesday, so that was.
Okay. So if I go, I gotta go on Tuesday. I gotcha.
Exactly. But it was a great time. I enjoyed it a lot. Wish I could have stayed longer.
How expensive is that place? Top Golf.
I don't know what their exact.
Did you get a bucket of beer?
I'll find out.
We drank some beers, that's for sure, and
That's
we had
where
food.
they kill you, dude.
We had food
I
too.
Well, everybody I hear loves it, but that it's expensive.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do it a lot, but
It's $49. So basically from 5 p.m. until it closes. On a Wednesday, it's $49 an hour. On Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's $52 an hour.
Yeah, but how much is the beer and food?
Right, of course.
That's
So
where they get you.
Right, so that's just for an hour. That's where they get you.
and hey, this place,
I'm gonna check the
this
menu
place was really close to where we were staying, so we were driving by it every day, and it was packed every single day, whether it was the early morning, like 11. I think it opened at 10. It was packed at night. It was, I mean, you couldn't even get a stall to hit out of if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It was crazy there. They're rolling in some bank.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Making some money off some good old whack fuck.
Tell you what, I had a lot more fun doing that. I enjoyed that. Like, I don't enjoy going out and hitting. I'm just no good at golf out on a course, but I enjoyed being there and just whacking some balls around,
Yeah. Yeah, I that's all I've ever done. I'm probably one of the few like legitimate baseball players that like doesn't play golf. I was like too poor for golf. What the fuck is golf? So
Hey, speaking of golf, Tiger
Yeah.
Woods gonna play? Is he gonna play?
Yeah.
That'd be incredible. I'm pumped about that.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play.
I mean, I think he's gonna try.
Phil Mickelson's not playing, right? He wasn't allowed to or some shit.
I think they suspended him. I don't
Right.
know, but I think they gave him a suspension like the old Michael Jordan treatment. You spend him, but not make it public.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tiger Woods has to play just because of that. They need to draw some ratings.
It's a great story if he plays, even if it's just one round.
Right. Yeah, that's why I said he's got to try, or if he might try. But the other like news is Bruce Arians just retired. So I know we're a baseball primarily show here, but in the football world, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just retired within the last hour.
I saw that pop up right before we went on. Is he taking a GM job?
It said a job with the front office, but it's just interesting because Tom Brady retired, and then he unretired, and now Bruce Arians is retiring. It's just strange. Like, what do they need all that attention for down there this offseason? Anyway, back to anything else. It's not football season. We could talk about that, in the fall, but now...
How about Will Smith?
Ha! Ha ha! Yes.
What a little bitch.
Just hilarious.
Oh,
just
dude.
hilarious.
I still think that's staged and just an act. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't, but
It's just that even if
I think just the way it happened made it look like it was staged, but
yeah,
I
it's
don't
so
think it
weird.
was, dude. I don't think Chris Rock wants to be hit in the face. I don't know, man. And like, dude, the way if it was staged, it's kind of funny because like, have you seen Chris Rock's tickets for his fucking stand-up shows? They're going crazy.
Yeah.
So like they went from like $40 to $1,000 a seat, and then like, dude, Will Smith is taking some bad press. So like, he already was not getting the best roles, and now he's got fucking to contend with that shit. But here's something funny for you guys, okay? So alopecia, right? It's just hair loss, okay? So there's different kinds of alopecia.
Okay, time out before you continue. I'm not a doctor. I don't think Brett's a doctor. Pav Daddy is not a doctor. None of this is medical advice. He is just speaking about something, and this is in no way, shape, or form supposed to influence you and or advise you under any circumstances to do anything that he may or may not say here in the next few minutes. All right, back to you, Pav Daddy.
So Jada Pinkett Smith, her kind of alopecia, okay, is torsion alopecia. So
Sounds like
it's
a
caused
dessert.
it's caused from having your hair pulled really tight in like hairstyles and shit. So like her whole hair loss thing isn't even like a condition
It's her own
where
fault.
she's got some it's her own fault, dude.
If what you're saying is the accurate thing, so I'm not a doctor either, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds like if she wouldn't have put her hair in them hairstyles, she'd have all her hair.
Yes.
If I understand the material correctly.
If you look it up and you start going through the stuff, you'll see that like it's like a cultural thing where it's like a high percentage
Well,
among certain cultures.
not trying to be
They
culturally,
get the torsion.
culturally insensitive either. So, like I said,
Hey, dude, you know what? I like Chris Rock, so whatever. I think like he took it exactly like how you had to take it and stuff. It's pretty funny.
the
Some
memes are
people
ridiculous, though. Oh
Dude.
my god, the memes are just second to none. The internet needs to get paid for its services to humanity.
Oh my
At
gosh.
times, it's unreal. The memes, so many memes. They're just all hilarious, all of them. And you look
But-
at them and you're like, yeah. And then every time you go like, okay, these are getting dumb. Then there's another banger, just shows up. You're like, holy cow.
Here's a funny thing is like, were you watching that live?
No, not at all. I was asleep in bed because I
Right?
don't give
Were
a
you
shit
watching that
about
live?
what was that? The Grammys
I
or
wasn't
the
watching
Oscars? I don't
No.
even the fucking
The Oscars.
Yeah, who
Nobody
gives a shit?
fucking cares.
All right,
Nobody
I'm
fucking cares
right there
anymore.
with you. Nobody cares about that. So that's why people are saying it was set up though, or a stunt. I'm not saying
The
that.
ratings were super low.
Well, of course, because nobody gives a shit. Who wants to watch people win awards for shit you may or may not even have liked? What if you didn't even like that movie? Why would you watch that show or what? Whatever they're doing. Like, I don't listen to pop music, so like Grammy awards, like I don't care about that. Like the stuff
Grammys
that
has been a joke forever anyway.
right, but it's like, why would I watch that? And I love music. Like I listen to more music than I watch like TV shows, because I watch sports on TV. I'll listen to like new music and stuff, but I'm still not gonna watch a music award show. Like I don't care. Like if they win something, yeah, cool, but who
Okay.
cares about the show? Why are we having this show and why is it on TV? Like
So
have your party and be done with it with your group of people and eat your fucking cake and eat your catered food and call it a night.
did you guys see the home run derby?
The new thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I already sent the Cubs an email, bud.
You sent the Cubs an email?
Yeah, every Cubs email address I could find, I sent them an email on
What?
wanting to be the content creator representative for their team for the home run derby, because that's part of it. As soon as I read what the rules were or whatever that is, I'm like, yes, they need to at least let me come hit in a cage for him. So now I got a video clip too that I can tag him in. Hey Cubs, let me come down. I'll be there in an hour. Just let me know. I'll be there. Just let me, take a couple hacks. I'm creating content right now. We could win home run derbies together on the world stage. Nobody knows who I am. And maybe I might be a ringer. Who knows? I might be a ringer. I might be overselling myself right now too. But here we are. So ball's in your court, friends. I'd love to do it. It'd be an honor. I could be there in an hour. Carry on, Pav Daddy, please.
You're going to have to change your exercises a little bit.
I will. Absolutely.
Get some of them.
We'll get the quick twitch muscles
turns.
back.
Yeah.
Yep. Not a big deal.
So, like, have you ever watched the original home run derbies when they used to have like the all-time greats that would play, but during their active fucking season? So like they would play, it'd be like Mickey Mantle versus Ernie Banks or something. And they'd play like 9 innings of home run derby.
I've seen some old clips of that.
Yeah, I'm like, I have no idea, to be honest with you.
It was pretty wild, dude. And like, I'd imagine they couldn't do that anymore, I don't think. But like, it would be pretty entertaining with the way these guys picked up how to hit the home runs in the derbies and stuff now, man. Could you imagine a 9 inning where they get 3 outs per inning?
So that's what they do. They just go like 3 outs, like under the same type of home run derby rules, where any ball not over the fence and fair play is an out, like that.
Right. But like those guys,
so you get 27 outs instead of 10, and there's no time limit. Yeah, hell yeah, let's do that. Them dudes would all be tired after the first round, though. Holy shit! Somebody get in a groove and hit 45 home runs.
Yeah, so like back then, like because obviously guys fucking figured out the launch angle and everything. So like back then, guys would hit maybe like 3 or 4 home runs in the 9 innings. It'd be very little. Yeah. So like it was nothing compared to what they do now.
Well, they got juice balls now, baby.
they got a lot of juice going on, huh?
Yeah, I wonder how many players juiced while the CBA was expired. I guarantee you there were some.
Oh, there was lots, I bet.
I would have been telling everybody, hey, sauce it up right now. Just go ahead.
Yeah, guys like Frank Schwindel and stuff, man. I'm telling you. They got a fucking taste of the majors. They want to stay.
Yeah, and they'll do anything it takes. I'm not saying that's the guy, though, not him. I'm not singling this dude out, but a player like that would be the guy who doesn't have much to lose. So why not try and fly under the radar? I don't know, not saying that's the right thing to do. Nobody do that at home, but when you understand how serious life is, then you might reconsider. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm not making an excuse. A cheater's a cheater, but, I guess I can understand why. I definitely understand why somebody would do it. I'm not saying you should, but I understand.
Have you got to watch much spring training?
Bits and pieces, very bits and pieces. Like an inning of this game here, an inning of that game here, a couple at bats, and whenever I can click up a tab and not use 3 screens or whatever and get something going. Yeah, like I saw Suzuki's home run today. I've been seeing some things, some pitching, some hitting, baseball, all of it. I'm giving you the most like John Madden answer I could think of right now, just super generalized and not very specific at all. Just letting you know exactly what I've seen this spring. And it's been great because we're going to get more. And then the big problem I have with baseball now, currently, is I wanted, put it in the past tense, I wanted to go to opening day. Problem is, since they didn't get their shit together in time, opening day is on April 7th. And after I asked my wife if she wanted to go, and we both said, yeah, let's go, the next morning she goes, hey, babe, do you know what day opening day is? And I told her I'm like, it's next Thursday. She goes, yeah, what's the date? It's my oldest kid's birthday that day. I'm like, oh shit, can't go. Like, she's got school, but still. So my wife asked her anyway. She's like, so can we go to the Cubs game on your birthday? Just joke around. She's like, no. She's like, I don't even want to go to school. She's in kindergarten. She's like, I don't even want to go to school. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm laughing so hard. This is ridiculous. She already knows that she doesn't want to go to school.
Birthday party at Wrigley.
There is a party, but it's not at Wrigley. I gotta imagine that'd be very expensive. I wonder if they even I wonder how much it costs the band to have a concert at Wrigley. Because that's become a more popular thing in recent years, and I guarantee you Wrigley is charging them out the ass to play a show there.
Probably $500,000.
I wonder what it is, because I wonder how many tickets you can sell in that space. Like, how many of those seats are worth, where you can see the stage. When you play a concert in an arena, like an indoor arena, you can't use one end of it.
They sell everything but the outfield.
Yep.
They don't sell the bleachers.
Oh, so they put the stage at, home plate area?
No, in the outfield.
It's in center field. Right?
Center.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, and then they put seats on the field.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah.
So I mean they're probably getting close to 40,000, but I'll bet $500,000 is probably about the rental price, and then a share of royalties.
I was gonna say, do they handle I wonder if they ask for anything else? Do they let the band set the ticket price then, or? They're if you set a ticket price above this amount, we get this. They could just make up whatever rules they want. But I'm sure it has to be reasonable enough or they wouldn't do it. It's got to make business sense for whoever's using it, too.
They're definitely getting a premium. Have you been to a show there?
Not a show, no.
I've been to 3 shows there. I went to Dave Matthews Band one year, and I've been to Pearl Jam twice. And the one year I was on the field for the Pearl Jam show. I was close to the stage. That was awesome.
Yeah, we went to Pearl Jam. They fucking sell it out, man.
Oh yeah,
big time. Sure.
The Pearl Jam tickets, those were fucking pricey. Did you buy your tickets for the field?
I actually I got those secondary market. The other time I went, I got them early, but here's the thing is, I really wanted to go and I wanted to be on the field. And the weather forecast sucked that morning, and people dropped the prices big time. Yeah. And I was buying a single ticket too. I just went by myself, and so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But I think they had a Saturday night ticket or a Friday night ticket, and it was perfect. And those tickets were selling for $1,500. It was nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I believe.
Yeah, I was able to get 8 tickets. And what I did is I had a bunch of friends that wanted to go, so I let them all have tickets at face value. But then I just sold a pair and kept a pair, and I was able to pay for my pair of tickets by selling the other pair. So that's the way to do it. But that was a good show, man.
Yeah, scalper Pav.
Oh, dude. You
gotta do what you gotta do.
Hell yeah, I'm not knocking the hustle, baby. Flipper Pav, that's the whole hobby anyway. Flip, 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 flip. No flop, just flip.
It was a good time too, because it was right at the turn, when the Cubs were getting good, right? And they did those concerts, and then Eddie Vedder afterwards was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing any more shows in October coming up because I don't want to miss Cubs playoffs games."
He's a big Cubs fan, but Cubs fans know that. Not people, other listeners might not know that. Eddie Vedder, the dude from Pearl Jam, big time Cubs fan. So that's why I said that. Somebody, some country dude, didn't some country guy cancel some shows this weekend?
I just saw that to go to the UNC game.
I absolutely despise country music.
Duke, he's a Duke fan.
I apologize. But
yeah.
People are pissed about that.
Yeah, some dude canceled his concert or postponed it. I don't know if he canceled it or postponed it, but he shut it down so he could watch the basketball tournament this weekend.
Isn't that funny?
My wife told me that. I told her, I said, that's great. I said, I'd do the same thing. I said, guess what? Because nobody's going to give a shit, and it's not going to stop him from selling any more tickets in the future. The only people that are mad are the people that already bought tickets. Those are the only people that are upset. The rest of his fan base is good.
And it's only the people that have trouble getting the day off, right?
Right. So it's even
No,
less
the
than
other
the
people
It's
don't
not
care.
even all the
They'll go
people,
whenever.
right? It's probably not even half the people that have tickets. They're like, oh, okay, we're just going to go see him another night. Eric Church, I said. Shout out to Eric
Church is that guy. Yep.
He said, fuck y'all, I'm out. I got money to blow. Get this money later. That's awesome. I love that. I don't know why, but I do. That's just like, I don't know. It's just like I'm just big freedom thing. But the other thing is, like you say, hey, you made that schedule. You got to stick to your word. So I don't like it. I guess I don't know. Now I'm conflicted. Live on the podcast, I'm conflicted because if he already set that date, he committed to be there at that date, but he didn't at the time know that whatever team he wants to watch would be playing in this big of a basketball game. But he already made commitments. You gotta play your show, guy. I'm flip-flopping. I no longer like it. Flip-flopping live on the air. And I'm not a flip-flopper, but yeah, after talking about the whole situation, yeah, he made a commitment to play the show at that date, at that time. Regardless of what, I've missed more important events than a basketball game I wanted to watch because of regular work, Like you got to go to work that day. You don't get to play a show, you don't get to share your gift. No, you got to work that day. Sorry, bud. So, I don't know. I changed my tune.
Speaking of music, did you see in sports cards, did you see Drake and Ken Golden open up pulling some Michael Jordan cards?
Oh my goodness.
I had that on my list.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool, man.
I didn't really watch it though.
The first pack,
watch it,
right?
but I read about it.
Yeah.
It was the first pack they opened.
Well, they pulled three Jordan rookies and 3 of the stickers. So he pulled 6 Jordans out of the box.
The cool thing about that is PSA.
Yeah, that's the
cool
cool
part. You already know it.
You're gonna see those
about it.
Yeah, they're gonna get some hype, man.
I know, but my question is, what does that do for the hobby, though?
I don't know.
Is it a good or a bad thing? And I'm not talking shit, but is it a good thing? I don't know.
That's the hard part. I don't know. It draws more eyes to the hobby.
This is the second big, just absolute throwing of money by Drake, by the same guy. And yeah, he's got it like that, but ain't nobody else got it like that, And I'm not, and do what you want, but maybe just do it a little more low profile. That dude's got a lot of influence. People can't buy that type of fucking shit. Flawless, just fucking buying a briefcase of Flawless. Just, hey, what's in here? Fuck it. And then get murdered on it. Like, oh shit, now I can't pay my mortgage. Idiot. Yeah, but I saw Drake and fucking, he didn't get the logo man, and I was gonna go get that logo man, and now I can't pay my bills. And I only say that shit because it really happens. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but I mean, anyone in my position has probably been burned by someone who didn't pay their bill. That's all.
People are nuts, man. Getting back to like Myrtle Beach, I went to 2 sports card stores there, and they were both good. I enjoyed both of them. There was one called Baseball 17, which was the older style, more vintage and just that older feel. And then there was Coastal Sports Cards, a new modern one. But so I went into the Baseball 17. It was just the owner there and one other customer. And this dude, the customer, he just kept like buying a box, ripping it, not hitting anything, going again. It's like he just kept gambling. I'm like, dude, walk away, brother. Walk away.
We all know those people, though. I mean,
I know. I'm like, holy crap. I think he bought 5 boxes of Mosaic when I was there, just busting them, nothing, bust it, nothing. Like, you're nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's a lot of loose money right now. I like. There's people spending a lot of money on a lot of things that you wouldn't expect. Like so many people to have that money to spend, and I don't know. It's pretty fucking crazy.
The card market's still hot. Did you, hey Brad, did you end up going to the Spectacular?
I didn't. I didn't go to the Mint either. The Mint was over the weekend too in Vegas.
I heard it was just lit. There was tons of people, money moving, and then I never say it right, but I just watched Card Collector 2, the Shipshawana show. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I guess that show was loaded with people, like loaded.
Really? I've heard it's a good show.
Yeah.
Bobby Lucas goes to that show.
They said it was like
it starts
packed.
It starts super early, and they're in the Eastern time zone, I think. So like if you want to get there early, like before the show, you know, if it's one of those shows where you can get in before it actually starts, you know, then you got to get up super early, and then it's an hour, almost 2-hour drive out there, I think, from me. So for you, Brett, that's quite a ways.
It's a long ways. Yeah, but the hobby's booming. Cards are moving. I'll send you a link. I was following this one card. I put a bid in on this card, knowing that I wasn't going to get it. But I'm gonna send this to you, Brad, right now.
Yeah.
So it's out of Heritage. It was a Wander card, and I was interested really just to see what it was going to go for, and it was like $2,000 with a couple hours to go. And within the last 30 minutes, it went insane. So it was the throwback Wander out of Heritage. Yeah. And I think this is a part for like people to learn about a product like Heritage, where, you know, Heritage, there's some great autos in there, but those variations and whatnot, especially this one, is super, super rare.
That's the rarest one, right?
It is by far the rarest one, and it's a cool. If you get a chance to look at that image, if you're listening, the Wander Heritage throwback, it's a sick card. But that thing went for, where did it finish at? $7,700.
76, yeah.
$7,600. I mean, what a huge card. And the one thing that annoys me, what Topps did, is I hate that they put the variations in backwards in the packs and put it on the back. I used to love the search, you know, of Heritage when I was opening, and then they made it easy to find them.
Because there's so many fucking lazy motherfuckers that would whine about it.
I want to say that started in
2018.
I think it was
2018 high number.
when they
I think it was high
numbers when they started marking the back.
Yeah.
Because like 2018, you had to search and look at the fucking numbers on the back, the little ones, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And then but 2018 Topps Archives had variations where even the codes on the back didn't change, because there were 3 different 100 card sets in the main 300 card base set. It was 3 different designs for the each set of 100 cards, and within each little subset of 100 cards, they all had different variations. One was something different, was on the back. The other one's like the way the name was written with a capital letter or lowercase, and another one was like the facsimile autograph, if it was on there or not. And like you just had to notice it, because the code on the back did not change at all. And if you didn't notice it, you didn't even know you had it. So I guarantee you, people need to listen to this right now, because while it's on my fucking brain, you need to understand, if you have any 2018 Topps Archives cards, go find your Shohei Ohtani rookie and make sure, or check the facsimile autograph. Or I believe he is the one with the capital letters. I actually want to look at this now that we got this tab up. 2018.
That Wander did unreal money, huh? $7,600.
Dude, big time money. And this is where I wish we knew the print runs, because this is the first one and only one that's on eBay as of the last time I looked 2 days ago. And, you know, the product's been out, 3 weeks now? Close to 3 weeks. And it's the only one. The print run on these they're so rare. The set builders need them to get the master set, and then the high end rookie collectors are going for this card too. So it's highly sought after.
Yeah, so like his base card in 2018, his name isn't capitalized. All the cards in that set are like that. So his variation is where it's actually properly capitalized and then they change the picture. And I mean, that's not an accurate representation of comps, but it's a huge difference. So if you have one of these batting Otani rookie cards, just know that it's a variation and that you may have it in a box where you didn't even think twice about it. So just dig it out. That's a underground tip of the day, I guess. Go double check your archives box of paper you probably threw somewhere. That was a cool one. Was that the Sandlot year? I think that was the year with the Sandlot.
I think it was too. I bought the Sandlot cards from you a bunch of times in breaks that year.
I only remember that because I'm pretty sure that year the retail and the hobby release were split. Like the retail came out like a month or two before hobby did, which I thought was alarming. Because how could you have... You're only holding it back because you don't have the autographs, I would assume. The autographs back from the people. So that means what happened to the retail? Did you have enough for the retail?
You pulled me a nice Acuna rookie auto.
Yeah, I remember. I remember a lot of bad cases.
And then it got graded for the bad corner. Because it was like, I don't know, it was cut wrong. It was whatever. Fucking nice.
Yeah, that was 2018. You have a good memory, man. 2018.
I don't know. I really don't know how.
Just for baseball cards.
Yeah. I'm a stickler about details, though. So that's it. Something I have to remember details about. I don't forget a lot of that shit. But if I don't know, then I don't know. Because most people don't know that stuff. So when I know those things, I want to be able to let other people know. Because I guarantee you, if enough people saw this podcast, somebody would find an Otani in one of their boxes that's a variation, and they didn't know about it. Because I guarantee you the code on the back's not different on those cards. So, hopefully somebody, finds one. So, good luck out there. What else do we got?
So, Wander's not a statistical rookie in Major League Baseball, right? He can't be rookie of the year.
Correct.
Okay.
Speaking, let's not get into that yet. Brett.
Yeah.
Hobby news, sir. Anything else?
I don't know much about this, but I saw it sell out pretty quickly today. This Topps Overtime Elite Chrome basketball. You guys, is that like high school basketball?
I believe it's NIL stuff, so it might be college kids.
That stuff sold out quick today.
Well,
I didn't buy
here's
any.
Why. Regardless of what that is, Topps is going to have basketball license soon. So that's the first release of a new basketball product. That's all. That's, take it for that. If nothing else, take it for that. It's the first release of a new line of basketball product from the future manufacturer of basketball cards. Like leading manufacturer of basketball cards. So there's that. I believe I'm supposed to get some of that, and I don't know when the official release date is. Because one company was like, "Hey, do you want this?" Like, I'll take it.
What are you gonna do then? Like player break?
I don't even know if I'll even break it. I might just sell the boxes, or I might just stash the boxes. I don't know.
I just didn't expect it to sell out immediately. I don't know.
Well, I was just surprised because I don't know when the hell it's supposed to come out. Basketball, like, dun, dun, dun.
Overtime Elite Chrome. Beats me. I wonder what that stuff's selling on eBay.
I have no idea.
But between that, to the Drake and the Golden with
that's
the
not
Jordans,
it's not supposed to come out until April. It doesn't even have an actual date. It just says April.
That's
$279 it says according to Cardboard Connection. If I click buy now, yeah, there's boxes on eBay available for $279. I don't know what the Topps price. Actually, I could look. I've had Topps' website open all day. Just waiting
So
to
by
see.
$179.99.
Yep. So what I say they were? 240, yeah, or 280. So yeah, they're charging. It's $100 more in the secondary market.
Not
already.
too bad.
But it says the first traditional set for the growing league. Oh, growing league. It's a league. Topps Chrome OTE Overtime Elite highlights top NBA prospects on Chromium stock thanks to an exclusive pre-sale from the official OTE shop on March 18th and from Topps on March 30th. Oh, the official OTE shop sold these boxes for $100 on March 18th, and Topps sold them for $180 today. Cards started appearing before the main release date. So yeah, the cards are already out there. They just haven't had an actual release date. So it's a league. It's a basketball league.
I pulled up their website. Interesting. Very interesting. It's just, and then I guess between that and the Drake story, and I was just thinking about the hobby today. You know, Wander busting out with Series 1. We know he's going to be in Chrome and everything. And what a year this could be with some major names coming in if they're brought up, like Bobby Witt. You think he's going to get brought up this year? Bobby Witt. I'm going to throw a couple names at you.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, Bobby Witt. What about Julio Rodriguez?
Yeah.
There's two. I mean, there's two huge names right there.
Yeah.
What,
no.
What about?
Go ahead.
What about Adley, Torkelson, Riley Green? These guys coming up? Any of those guys?
Riley Green, yeah. I think the Tigers are bad enough that we'll see Riley Green.
I think Adley, too, just for that same reason. The Orioles have nothing else to lose. If he's ready at any point in time, they should get him up and get a look at him.
This could be a monster year for
the thing with all of that, though, is those guys have to get called up in time.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
You know. So, and then you still might have it just like Wander, where he gets called up in May, and they're like, no, fuck it. Save him for next year.
Wait till Series 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came up in May, right?
I believe so.
So
look up his debut date.
Like they need to come up quick.
Adley will be up quick.
It still takes time to get.
He had 185 at bats in AAA last year.
And then, of note that we do know who's making a big league debut this year, Hunter Green for the Cincinnati Reds. He was a 2018 spring Bowman guy. Throws 117 million miles an hour, straight as an arrow. Got lit up in the Futures game. Had Tommy John surgery. He's back and healthy, and the Reds are going to have him make his debut against the defending World Series champion Atlanta Braves. April 10th. Must-see TV, ladies and gentlemen. April 10th, the defending World Series champs facing an absolute flamethrower in his first big league performance. April 10th.
He seems to be susceptible to the home run ball.
Holy internet, Pav, you're going to fuck the whole
year.
podcast up. Start that one more time. I'm serious.
I said he seems to be pretty susceptible to the home run ball.
Yeah, there you go. You should have heard your... Just wait. Just watch it after I post it. They're going to be mad I didn't edit it out, but it'd take me 6 hours to do that.
Yeah. It adds flavor.
Flavor, that's it. All the flavor. It's some seasoning for you.
What are you going to fucking do when I got fiber and we don't have to deal with this shit? Then you won't have nothing to talk about.
It's going to be great, dude. It's going to be great.
Oh, God.
The Village will be ahead of me at that point. I have lowly Comcast.
But man.
Nothing good to offer.
I'm going to tell you this right now. One of the people you just named, I can almost guarantee they have a better season than Wander Franco this year.
Guarantee? Hear that?
Said guarantee. Guarantee.
So hang on.
Who's that? Bobby Witt?
Hang on, time out. Time out. Time the fuck out before he confirms what you just said. Because I gotta take this. I gotta write this down. Look, I'm so old school for being 30. Look at this. I
He's got a
notepad.
pin-up board.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta figure this out. Woo. What'd you come again? He said somebody who's not in the big leagues yet is going to show up this year and have a better year than Wander Franco. Better than Franco.
Yeah, you writing it down?
Yes. Not up yet. Okay, who is this? Is it Bobby Witt Jr.?
Oh, you want me to tell you already? Okay.
Why else would I write this down?
J Rod.
Okay. It was him or Bobby Witt. So Pav says J Rod.
Yeah, I think he'll be rookie of the year.
See, I was gonna go Bobby Witt.
I think he's gonna put up real numbers.
Real. What's define real, sir? Just
I think
because
he's
the
gonna
hobby
hit,
has such a misunderstanding of what a rookie is supposed to do to have
He's
any
gonna
sort of
hit-
value.
he's gonna hit like between 285 and 315.
That's a pretty big range, but that's all quality numbers.
And
If he hits
he'll
285,
hit
that'd be fantastic.
25 to 35 home runs.
This is that new baseball where
Ooh-wee.
fucking 240 is maybe major league average.
I think he
And it's
is
going down, ain't
a
it?
more legitimate hitter than Wander Franco is.
That's high praise.
Dude,
There's
go
some exciting
watch
young
watch the video on both of those guys, and I don't know, man. He's on the eye test. He's got a little bit more going for him.
Pav's about to win himself a scouting job with the big league club if this goes down. So if somebody doesn't hire my boy Pav Daddy, or at least give him an offer when he's right in October,
They
I don't
won't give
know
a
what
fuck. They're both stars. They don't give a shit.
I'll send it out.
Oh, good. You predicted the number 2 prospect in Major League Baseball is going to do well. You're real fucking smart there, guy.
Yep. Gonna get him a job too. It's gonna be great. You could thank me later and then get me some free tickets and a hot dog or two. I'm good. That's all I want. That's all I want. Yeah, I think if we're gonna talk rookie of the year, though, I'd say Bobby Witt. I think Bobby Witt's gonna be the guy because I think he's gonna be around the longest. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I don't read Royals sports writers. You know what I mean? So I'm not that ingrained in there. But I don't see why he wouldn't be able to break camp with them. Like,
Yeah, how is
Why-
Bobby Witt
wh-
not
why-
on their opening day roster?
why would they keep him down, right? So, unless the service time shit, I don't even want to talk about it. So there's that. But yeah, I would say Bobby Witt, and like I said, I think he's gonna be the guy because he's gonna be there all year, and I think he'll hit well enough for average, and he's gonna have plenty of pop. He could hit.
Do you
30
see what he's
runs.
doing in
I
spring
wouldn't
right
be
now?
surprised. I don't know.
He's
the
raking.
official line. I know he's hitting.
He's raking.
476.
Yep. Just keep doing that. Be
You
good
know
to
who's
go.
not raking?
Wander Franco.
Cody Bellinger. Holy
yeah.
crap.
Oh,
Have you seen that?
Sometimes
No.
The
he'll
last
break.
I saw, he struck out 14
I
times
saw
in
it's all he's
19
been
at
doing is
bats.
striking out. Yeah. Maybe he's working on a strikeout swing. Leave him alone. It's spring training.
so that's the thing that
Former
I don't.
MVP. Respect him.
Okay, so this is like the thing that people they ignore is that like there are a lot of people that will have a fluke good season and
for sure.
and then just never that for whatever reason they just saw the ball better that year. So I think he might be one of those guys, man, where we got to see one great year and then he might never put it together again.
It's not looking good. That's for sure. And the mental part of it, who knows?
Yeah, who knows what's going on in his brain? His brain could be not happy right now. He could be a very unpleasant person right now. There could be. You should bubble wrap all the coolers, bat racks, equipment, holding devices, anything right now. Just lock it up. Wrap it up. Get it secure. You tell Cody, hey, bud, why don't you start the year down in AAA?
Is Adley Rutschman, like, is he recovering from surgery or anything?
I do not have the Orioles medical records on my desk, sir. Sorry.
He doesn't
I don't know
have
that
any
either.
bats in he doesn't have any at bats in spring
Did he
ball.
get invited to spring training?
You
did he
would
get
think he was fucking in AAA last year.
Did he get reassigned to minor league camp?
Listen, dude. So I was totally wrong about that. Like when I was telling you about Brennan Davis. So like even though they reassign you, you're still in spring training. It's just like a preemptive thing. So I don't totally fucking understand what the point of that is. Like because they move him off of the 40-man roster or whatever. So, but yeah, so like Brennan Davis is still in Cubs camp, even though he got reassigned to minor league camp.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What are they doing? 28-man rosters in April? Is that what they finally settled on?
Yeah.
They're going to have expanded rosters. So 28 men in April, and then I assume it goes to 26 after that, like they did for the COVID year. And then you have other news. Pujols back to the Cardinals. What do you think? Brett hates it. Why do you hate it?
You want to know why? Because as a Cubs fan, you know it's coming, dude. This guy's gonna come.
No, he's not.
And he's gonna hit like
not.
30 bombs this year with the Cardinals.
If he
no
hits
fucking way in
5
hell.
or more home runs against us, I will maybe cry on this thing.
The
dude looks like he can barely walk. No, I'm not saying he's not a legend or any of that. He's an absolute Cubs killer.
He's gonna get this magical juice from St. Louis, and he's
Yeah.
gonna go out, and they're going to win the division. Who I have the Brewers winning the division, but they're somehow going to win the division. And Pujols is going to hit all these home runs, and it's going to piss me off. And I'm just going to turn off my TV. I know it's coming.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that. That's not going to happen. I'm here to reassure you, as your friend and a Cubs fan. No way, sir.
What are they going to do? Let him DH every now and then?
That's all he can do.
I think he's going to DH every day.
You think he's going to DH every day?
I mean, a lot. I think he's going to hit a lot.
He's so bad now, dude.
So here's the thing. Right? I think, because I was shocked that they gave him $2.5 million. Like he's worth less than the major league minimum at this stage in his career. So they're giving him $2.5 million because they know that he's going to make the club more than that just on ticket sales alone. Because people are going to come back for one last time to see their fucking legend. The Cardinals have had plenty of fantastic Cardinals, but he might be the best one. And people would probably disagree with me, but we watched him for just, what was he there, 10 years? 11 years? Just massacre the Cubs. And everyone else, for that matter. How good a stretch was that, those years for him? Like, they have to be maybe one of the best 10-year stretches, like, ever, maybe? Like, he was ridiculous.
The Machine.
Yeah.
The Machine, yeah.
The Machine. They made Sports Center commercials for him, you know? How good. I'm not a machine, I'm just Albert. I'm all bullshit.
Yeah, I think there's like some comparison memes of like Albert Pujols and Mike Trout's first 10 years.
Oh, and I bet
where it's pretty insane.
Albert's are probably much better.
Right.
Albert's just, those years in St. Louis were ridiculous. It wasn't like he came out of the gate and didn't know what to do and had to take some time to figure it out. No, his rookie year, he gets 676 plate appearances in his rookie year and has 194 hits, 47 doubles, 37 home runs, 130 RBIs, and he only struck out 93 times. Hey guys, my name Albert. Holy
If
shit. 21 years old. 21 years old, 329 with a 403 on base percentage, 37 homers, 130 knocked in as a rookie. What's
if
up? What's up? I'm here.
it's amazing to look at. I
It's
love
just
getting
ridiculous.
I love getting on Baseball Reference, and if you've never been on there and you go down to the bottom of a player like Pujols, and you can look at similar batters, they have the top 10 listed, and then you can look by most similar by age. And if you go to Pujols and look at the similar batters, like number one's Willie Mays, Paul Merrill, A-Rod, Frank Robinson, the list is, I mean, incredible. And then like by age, they have, at age 40, you got Paul Merrill who compared to him. It's the list of the names, they're all Hall of Famers. This
Yeah.
guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And again, the machine is a Cubs fan. You hated seeing it, but I was so glad to see him get out of the division.
Yeah, me too. But now he's back and he's not that man anymore. That's
I'm
why
telling you,
that's
he's
why
gonna
people
hit some
think he lied
bombs.
about his age and all of that too. Because just how old he looks. He doesn't look like how old was Julio Franco when he stopped playing? He looked
Four,
great.
and 47,
Yeah,
wasn't he like
yeah.
47 or something in the league?
But he looked so much better than the way Pujols physically appears right now. He just doesn't look to me, and that's the eye test thing. When they announced him and they showed that clip from him coming out of the right field bullpen area, walking into the dugout, he didn't look like he was comfortable walking. Now I'm not saying he was in pain or he's injured or anything like. He just didn't look like he was comfortable, like it was effortless. It looked like he was having to put some effort into walking at the age of what 41. So I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. I want him to get to 700 because that's just something awesome, you know. As much as he just beat the ever living shit out of us. 21 home runs to see a guy in our lifetime hit 700 home runs.
And you know when 700's coming. He's going to hit it at Wrigley Field. And then you're going to be like, at the game you're at, you're going to be like, God damn, why did I say this?
If
I don't
that's a
think he'll get enough.
possibility, I will be in the bleachers for
That would be
every
amazing.
game
Those
of that
tickets would be
series.
worth some serious coin.
Absolutely, I'd be there. Would absolutely be there.
So if you caught that home run ball, would you throw it back?
No, I'd hit him with the old bait and switch, bud. Not my first time in the bleachers. Get that fucking bullshit ass Rawlings ball from fucking.
Be on TV after the game. Mr. Pujols, here's your home run ball.
No.
I'm going Zach Hampel, and I'm going to be like, you ain't getting this ball back.
500
This thing's
grand.
going to auction. This thing's going to auction.
I've seen the things Albert Pujols does, you know, like the video of him with the boy with Down syndrome, things like that, you know. So you fucking love Albert Pujols. I love that guy, and I hate him at the same time. It's just a terrible thing. But if I caught this ball of his, we would have to talk, and I'm not giving him the ball. You can't. It's a terrible business decision. Sorry, Albert. It's not personal. It's business. Business is business, bud, and it's that simple. I have something very valuable that fell out of the sky into my lap, and I'm not just going to give it to somebody. You can't be like, well, I'm the rightful owner. Like, no. Somebody threw that ball to you. You could have grabbed it and put it in your pocket, but no, you hit it with a bat. You wanted it away from you, so it was never your ball. It's more the pitcher's ball than anyone, and it got hit 5 million feet, and he doesn't want to remember that ever happened. So no, it's my ball. Keeping it, getting paid. 700 home run ball. I mean, what happened to the other three? There's three other guys who've hit 700 home runs. I wonder if anybody else has those balls, or how they got them, or what they cost, or any of that. What's the most expensive baseball ever sold? Anybody know? I don't know.
I have no clue.
Most expensive.
Probably within the last couple of years, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, it just pulls up baseball card, but I mean like baseball.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Oh, the dude,
Memorabilia.
Mark McGuire's 70th home run ball sold for $3 million to Todd McFarlane.
Oh, is that the one they blew up?
I don't know.
No,
Didn't
they
they
blew
blow
up
that one up?
the Barry Bonds one, right?
Oh, that was the Barry Bonds one.
Yeah, they did blow up a ball, didn't they? I remember that now you guys said it. In a
I think Todd
little
McFarlane
plastic
still has
box.
that ball.
So in 2005, these are just interesting pieces. I want to talk about this article. This is on Bleacher Report from 2000. Oh, this is old. This is from 2013. So this is an old article. But it says the oldest jersey for Babe Ruth from 1920 is the oldest known jersey by the Yankee Slugger. It sold for $4.4 million. Mark McGuire's ball sold for $3 million. Babe Ruth's bat. Babe Ruth's bat from his first home run at Yankee Stadium, the original Yankee Stadium that is, and the house that he built, went for nearly $1.3 million in 2004. The jersey he wore when he called a shot in 1932 sold for $940,000. It's all Babe Ruth stuff. As like the most expensive memorabilia. Oh, here's an updated one. This is on Go Banking Rates. The fuck? How is this a credible source? Babe Ruth's 1927 World Series ring, $2.1 billion. T206 Honus Wagner, $3.75 million. Mike Trout. Oh yeah, Mike Trout's first Bowman Superfractor. Remember that? $3.9 million. At Vegas Dave or whatever.
Jeez.
I remember that now that we revisit it. What he said, he paid like $400,000 for it a few years before he sold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was under $500,000 he paid for the card.
He crushed those, that's for sure.
Yeah. Mickey Mantle 52 for $5.2 million. That was for a PSA 9. Another T206 Honus Wagner sold for $6.6 million in August of 21.
Are you guys into the memorabilia at all?
I don't have good ways to display it. I started getting jerseys framed, and then I just didn't have places for them. So I started getting into it, and then I don't have the space. I put it together a bat rack because that'd be a little more practical than jerseys. But even that, it's a five wide bat rack, and it's a cabinet. But even that, you got to have somewhere nice to put it, or like a plan for like it needs more than just having it on the wall by itself. I don't know. You need more. It's like out of context, basically. So it's just
I'm the same way. I've never gotten into memorabilia. Like I said, I don't have a man cave. I don't have any
you
cool
should.
place.
Your whole house should be a man cave. You should have the manliest cave.
I mean, I got.
It's kind of ridiculous. That fucking. You should have like the Illini mascot painted on the wall behind you. All kind of crazy shit should be going on.
You know what? I told my brother on vacation my next thing I'm doing in my house, just because I'm Ken as a single guy, is I watch more YouTube than anything, unless there's sports on.
I really find myself the same way. No.
And you know, like I said, it's either sports or YouTube, or if there's disc golf on. So
yeah,
I want to do a double-decker TV. I got my big TV on the wall. I'm going to put another one so I could stream the YouTube on one. You know, like when you're on there breaking, I got you up on the YouTube on TV, but I want to be able to keep the sports on at the same time.
Yes,
so,
dude, that's dope.
I'm doing this summer double decker.
It's hilarious you say that, because I have two monitors, and I've thought about putting two monitors above it for just like for not working, just for like video or whatever, or music or whatever I want up there. But that way I don't have to like keep pulling shit off the screen when I need to be, doing my thing.
Yeah, when if say I'm watching disc golf, I'll throw it on the iPad and I'll have whatever game on TV or whatever it is. But that's my newest that I'm doing next.
I like it.
Isn't it amazing that used to be like something that you like would actually cost money to do,
And now
and
all
now
it is really the
it's
equipment.
so fucking
Dude, it's so
You
cheap.
just need the monitors.
Oh my gosh,
Like Brett, you
it's
can even do
amazing
it
how
with,
cheap all that stuff is now.
depending on how you have your audio set up. You could even do it with like computer monitors,
Yeah,
or like
it's so cheap.
depending
Man.
on how big a screen you want.
Yeah, I've got a 65 on the wall, and I'd probably do a 55 above it. So we'll see. That's the plan. I don't think I could fit another 65 in my living room the way it is. It's already too big as it is, but whatever.
All I have is a 55-inch TV in my living room, and I want to go to 75.
Do it, baby. Do it.
That's the thing I want to do. But like the most premium elite of the 75-inch TVs are so expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't really know, does it matter that much? Because all I really watch is sports. Like I don't. I'm at like technology's at the point where like, does it really fucking matter? Like, do I need that extra pixel? Is it like I remember when shit was grainy? It's not grainy. I'm good. And I'm not old
unless
where my
they're
eyes
side
aren't
by
grainy.
side. Unless they're side by side, you'll never know the difference. Some people are into that stuff, but
Right. I remember watching HD TV for the first time on TV, like ESPN, and it was on like a big box. It was my buddy Mike's house. We were there watching Monday Night Football because the Colts game was on. And they were big Colts fans, and I wanted to watch HD TV. Well, what's this shit? Check this out. It was like with the color cables. It wasn't even HDMI yet. I'm like, hell yeah. You could like see like the grass like actually come up, because it wasn't fuzzy like standard definition. You could actually see like turf. Like it didn't look amazing, but at the time you thought it was the best thing you'd ever saw. And here we are now. Like, can you even tell the difference? And there's people that'll tell you like, yes, absolutely you can. What do you mean? Like, nah, dude, you don't fucking know.
The problem is that the content is so limited for when you get up into the higher.
Like streaming in 4K is very labor intensive too, like in terms of network. You need like 40 megabytes, I bet, at least, just for every device to download it like at a fast enough rate to play it without buffering. And then I'm sure it like auto switches its quality all the time and shit. Who knows? Because like Netflix, you have to pay extra money per month to have the 4K like streaming option.
Right.
Fuck that. They already raised their price like 800 times in the last 2 years. That fucking Netflix is like a bill now, like a bona fide ass bill. Like Netflix wants their money, pay up. Damn, Netflix, fucking getting wild.
I understand.
And then
like,
now
why
they're talking about
that.
Now they're talking about the shit where they're trying to ban people who use like two different accounts in two different houses, like the same account in two different households.
Right.
They're supposed to have the technology to shut that down too.
I think people really blew that one out of proportion because I think mostly that is like I think they're dealing with a different set of problems in like South America, and that's where they're targeting that. Because I think like here, their saturation in the U.S. market is good enough that they're not too concerned with people sharing accounts.
Sure.
Because what happens in the U.S., you share your account with somebody, and eventually you get the fucking thing where like it says, hey, you got too many screens in use, right? So then whoever was borrowing or using your account, they decide to buy a fucking Netflix account. So it actually works out in Netflix's favor. Whereas like in South America and stuff, I don't think in many of those people actually end up buying the account. So I think it's an opportunity for them to say, hey, look, we'll let you legitimately share your password for $4 a month. So I think that's something that it could be a model in places like that for them. But I don't think it'll be anything that they really push in the U.S.
They still need to quit raising their fucking rates. to talk
They
about
got
like
shareholders, please.
it's insane. People will pay it though. You know what I mean? So that's what sucks about it. Then you see all the people like talking about all the big corporate places talking about inflation and shit, and like they have bigger profits than ever, and they're raising their prices too. Like fuck, ain't nobody willing to take a hit. Gonna pass the buck. Pass the buck all the way down the line. It's getting wild, wild. But back to baseball, man. How did we get to where we got to? How do we get back to baseball? So we already talked about the American League Rookie of the Year. So Pav Daddy, who'd you say, bud? Who'd you say? J-Rod. You said he's gonna have a better year. So he's gonna win Rookie of the Year, and he's gonna have a better year than Wander Franco. So it's like a parlay, a single player parlay on a campaign that may not even exist.
Yeah,
he
might
doesn't
not
even get.
He might not even come up. I they'll bring him up, but yeah.
I say Bobby Witt over J-Rod, not because I think he's like clearly better, but I just think he'll get more playing time. And then Brett, do you have any input on the subject? Any like sleeper action?
I mean, I would probably lean towards Bobby Witt coming up and giving it, but I don't know. It's
an easy prediction too. I mean, he was the minor league player of the year last year, so it's a safe pick. But he's really that good too. I mean, he's good. He's proven he's good. So now it's time to take the next big step. Be good up here. What about the National League? Do you have any thoughts on the old National League? There's really not a ton of great options. Like the person
plays.
Yeah, the person I would even pick isn't even going to make the squad. I would say O'Neal Cruz for the Pirates is probably
that was my first one.
That's the guy.
I think he's the favorite.
I like the
what about Suzuki?
And I don't understand why he's not going to make the team. Because he already played last year. Suzuki, I think O'Neal Cruz is very good. And that's not a knock on Suzuki either. I don't know what he's going to do. I said if he hits 280, I'll be happy. And like 25 home runs. But I don't know if you're even going to get that. I don't know what the adjustment period is. He is also capable of hitting 335 home runs. He could do it. Absolutely. So I don't know. He's just too big of an unknown for me to like. I don't want to be the homer here. So I'll go with the guy that I've been following here in the States. And
if you watched any of the Cubs spring training so far this year, it's not looking good for Suzuki.
But hey, in fairness, Ohtani had maybe 2 hits in the spring training of 18 because I was talking so much shit about Ohtani. I'm not afraid to sit here and admit it. I'm like, this guy can't even fucking hit the ball.
Don't spot him though, because he really didn't break out till last year.
But what are you talking about? He won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. But I mean,
I win that one. Check
who was in the AL Rookie of the Year race that year?
Gleiber and Andujar finished second and third. I think Andujar finished second because I thought Gleiber should have won it. That was my opinion, but he had less at bats. I think he had fewer.
Both of those guys putting up quality numbers.
Nobody had They did that year.
That year,
those were one-hit wonder guys. What's going on with Gleiber or even fucking Gary Sanchez, who got traded to the Yankees, are done with him. They're like, hey, dude, you can't hit 190 and hit 20 home runs, dude.
The thing with Gleiber is he's young enough that like he could have he could have a good year here and there, dude. But geez.
I actually he had a statement. I read an article on him. He said was just trying to pull every ball and hit home runs. He's going to try to start hitting it up the middle and let it be natural, like that? He was Gleiber.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Brett,
here's another guy. Here's another guy that they have. I pulled up odds to win the NL Rookie of the Year. Cruz was number 1. Suzuki Cubs. C.J. Abrams, is he going to get brought up? That's another guy I didn't even mention.
The only reason he gets called up is to what? take Tatis's spot while he's gone? You know, that's the problem.
Yeah.
What do they do with him? Is he going to play second base? But then, you know what I mean?
He's fucking good too, dude.
Yeah, and you know, do they make a trade? I don't know. You know what I mean? What happens there? I don't know because I don't know what they do.
Didn't they sign Tatis?
Did
They signed him long term, right?
Yeah.
They send him to the outfield. Is that what you?
They signed Tatis long term.
Yeah, I believe so. He's got a big deal because they were talking about voiding his contract because of that motorcycle accident.
Yeah, another guy they had on this list was Joey Bart. And then I don't know, Bryson Scott. I don't know. I guess I just
14 years, $340 million.
Wow.
They're going to try to avoid it.
No, they were going. It's not happening, but I don't know why. I didn't read the article.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Holy shit.
I imagine like if he missed a considerable, like much longer than they thought he was gonna, then maybe he'd start.
Well, I don't know. He's getting the surgery on his wrist. He might as well get a shoulder fixed too, dude. He should just take the year off, get it sorted out. Corey Seager did it. I mean, not out of necessity or like not on intentionally, but he had the Tommy John, and while he was at it, he got his hip done too at the same time. Like, I got a couple problems, fix them now. And then he came back on fire, so got paid.
Let's face it too. Padres aren't taking the Dodgers in that division anyway.
Not this year.
Dude, the Dodgers are freaking loaded. Oh my god. They're my world. They're one of my teams.
If they don't win, they're as close to a sure thing on paper as you can get for baseball, for any baseball team. Because I've even had some internet debates. So people have tried to tell me the Blue Jays have a better offensive lineup. That's the worst argument I've ever heard in my life. It's not even close. 1 through 4 is comparable. And then after like the 5th spot in the lineup, it's not even close. The Dodgers are just complete 1 to 9,
loaded.
And having the DH even helps them.
Yeah,
like
and imagine having
they have a better option at DH than most other teams, so it's unbelievable.
Imagine having a guy like Bellinger, and you're like, if he sucks, he sucks. So what? We're still loaded.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, it's unreal.
Yeah, so without a doubt, no big surprise there. They're clearly the favorites to win the World Series. Dave Roberts even said, we're winning the World Series. And then the Dodgers organization rewarded him with his comments with a contract extension. So he didn't even have to follow through on what he said. And the Dodgers were like, yeah, we love it. Go ahead, here, have some more money. We're still spending, baby. We're still spending here. Fuck a luxury tax. We're the Dodgers, bitch. Like... That's what they do, man. You gotta love to be a Dodgers fan. I'm not a Dodgers fan. I don't want to be a Dodgers fan. But for the people that are Dodgers fans, they love their ownership. Like, what's that like?
I am so jealous as a Cubs fan. Why couldn't this
they're just
be
so
the
willing
Cubs?
To just overspend, just buy everyone. Hey, fuck it.
This could have been the Cubs. Like, Ricketts could have gone down as like a legend of the Cubs, and he's cheap bastard.
He's turning it all into a business now. If after he makes this hotel, I don't believe it. You know, like they got the hotel thing, all the hotels there. They bought up all the property. They have the sports book and the marquee network and all of this stuff. Now, if all of that makes him a profit, how much of that profit is he willing to put back into the team? You know what I mean? Or is that like not even like something that you consider that way? It's like
he's gonna go buy a football club.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
God,
Don't
super annoying.
Yeah,
but
I think they are gonna buy that team.
I think so
then
too.
Sell this team.
Is that really what you want?
Yeah, because anybody. It doesn't matter who owns the Cubs. Like there's gonna be Cubs fans. There's gonna be people. We're gonna be here. Still going to Wrigley Field. I don't give a shit who owns it. Nobody's gonna do, like, I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I think that's a homer thing to say. To be honest,
not at all.
I think it is.
You need a fan.
Who do you want? Do you want to be the Dodgers? Is that what you want?
You
You
need
want 30 teams in Major League Baseball to all be the Dodgers.
I want
That's what everybody
since
wants.
I live
because
outside of the
exist.
third largest city in America. Yeah, I want that because I got a city that can dollar for dollar compete. So let's go spend some money, Holmes. Like get Eddie Vedder to buy the team.
Yeah, no kid.
Get him, Tom Morello. Get like this fucking joint venture going on. Get all the big name Cub fans together.
Dude,
Say hey,
get Mark Cuban come
yeah,
in.
let's buy this team together, and just all the profit we make, just put it back on the field. Just kick everyone's ass. Just sit back and say, because we can. That's why, we just have a good time and eat hot dogs and drink beer. But it's never going to happen. But that's the dream,
I like if we were betting on it, I would take the field. If it was like Dodgers versus the field, I would take the field just because of odds and percentages.
I take the Dodgers because the Dodgers would still be plus money, I assume, and they're so much better on paper. Like, how do you get plus money even though they're so much better? Well, because there is 29 other teams, so yeah, I get that. But Dodgers are so good, that might be a bet to take. But I wouldn't do it because I'm not betting against the Cubs until they were mathematically eliminated. You know what I mean? So I'm back to there's always next
because
year.
It is. It's Major League Baseball, so like the
right, no doubt. Money doesn't mean shit. It's been proven a million times over. But
it's just
spend it, baby, spend it. Chicago's got it. Spend that shit. We shouldn't be down there in like 15th spot on the money spent list. We should be in the top 10. Period. I mean, seriously, that's a legitimate thing. Why does a smaller market spend more money? It's a fair question.
Listen, I get it, but at the same time, did the Cubs spend money in 2017? We were top 3 payroll. We didn't win. We were top 3 payroll 2018. We didn't win. So like, that's one thing. Is like
and they should have kept spending it, and we might have won one. If at first you don't succeed, try again, Holmes. Let's go.
I think it's
we
like
should be top 3 because we're top 3 in size. We have the biggest market. Chicago. I mean, even though you have 2 teams, nobody gives a shit about the South Side. Only until the last 2 years did people even acknowledge that they're even a team. I mean, they had to switch their name 17 times and light off fireworks every time something good happens just to get people to notice that they're even there. So, Chicago, all that market goes to Wrigley and across the world. There's so many Cubs fans across the country. Spend that money.
Just need some dominant pitchers, man. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, and our average fastball velocity from our 5 rotation men combined, if you average out all of their fastballs, it's going to be like 88.9 miles an hour. It's going to be the most junior college starting rotation in terms of velocity. I mean, we're going to fool no one.
The thing that I really hate is like, so if I were running the team and
you will after your J-Rod prediction,
I don't understand why you have this team full of absolute fucking nobodies and you are reluctant to bring up some of the talent that you have. And like the issue that's going to suck is they're probably going to be really bad for the next 3 years. And you're going to be stuck watching one guy come up. And then next year, one guy come up. And it's going to be this slow building. I mean, it's just like we watched the same thing when the Ricketts family first bought the Cubs. And like you saw fucking Castro and Rizzo come up, and those 2 guys had to be like the only draw for the team, right? You would go to the game and watch these young guys hit home runs.
Castro was really good at first too.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
had
his
200
defense
hits,
was
dude, as a
always
rookie.
terrible, but right, yeah, he was so good out of the gate with the bat.
So, like, you know,
He's a disappointment because you've even said he at times that you thought he might be a guy that could get to 3,000 hits,
right.
but it's like, man, that guy, he just could not do enough with his glove to get out of his own head because the dude could hit.
But, like, you're going to be like Brennan Davis is good. It's a shit situation because here's the thing, right? You say, oh man, the Cubs bought fucking Suzuki, dude. So they spent money.
And I love it.
The problem is that he could fucking suck, and you could be stuck with Hayward money and Suzuki money, where you got this money out on 2 outfielders. So like almost the easiest fucking positions to get hitters, right? So you got 2 guys. If they can't fucking hit,
He
man.
only got Hayward for 2 more years,
Oh god.
so that doesn't bother me. Suzuki's
It's
a 5-year deal, and he'll be fine. He's only 27. He's good.
so
And what
like,
he's under 20, he's under 20 million a year. It's fine. That's not that bad of a deal for a guy with that type of track record. He's so accomplished. I'm good with it. Even if that doesn't pan out, I'm willing to take that risk with what he's done. Hayward, whatever, 2 more years, big deal.
But
Even with both of those contracts, you're still only like 15th in overall payroll.
So you're talking about
The Cubs should be able to spend 20 million for 9 guys. That's 180 million. Or 180 million. They should be able to average that for every starter and then put minimum dudes the rest of the way. I don't know, but
minimum dudes the rest of the way.
That's still like way under the luxury tax. The luxury tax is 240 million. So your top 8 position players, your starters could average $20 million.
So no pitching.
Well,
you got
no.
We played that game.
You have 60. You still got $60 million for pitching. We're playing that game this year. Watch how fucking terrible. We'll have the worst run differential in baseball this year, but we won't have the worst record because I think there's stuff to like with the offense.
I don't know.
And there's potential if some guys can do it again, but the pitching is horrifying.
Like
the bullpen is going to have like historically bad year.
I think Patrick Wisdom's trash.
He could be, very well be, no doubt about it.
Like if you look at his splits, he got figured out pretty quick in the second half of last year.
But you got like Ortega and Madrigal, or
Madrigal. I think Madrigal will be the standout.
Madrigal's gonna hit the ball all over the place.
Yeah. I think Cubs fans are gonna have like a rude awakening with
the DH will help get Wilson Contreras more at bats. So
I think Wilson finally has a bust out season, but then the Cubs really have to decide whether they want to fucking pay him or not.
They're gonna pay him. They should. The catchers like that don't come around, and having the universal DH, he can DH on the days you don't want to, rest his legs and still put his bat in the lineup. I'm sure he wants to do that too. I don't know too many players that want days off. So if you could have a catcher that's that good enough defensively, he's above average defensive catcher, and he's that good offensively at that position. Like, you want that bat in the lineup, even if you need to give him a day off behind the plate. What I don't like the Cubs signing Yan Gomes. I hope that's just like trade deadline bait. What are you doing with him? That doesn't need to be the catcher of the future. I'm not game with that. And why are you spending so much on a backup catcher if that's the case? What's going on there? I don't. That's the question. That happened before the lockout, so I don't know if a ton of people remember that. It's weird though, or maybe it's just because they've had so much problems with a backup catcher for a little while now. Since Wilson was the backup, basically, when he came up.
I think they came to the realization that Miguel Amaya just isn't.
I don't know, but yeah,
I don't think he's got it.
They went through like 4 backup catchers last year, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just cutting dudes left and right. Hey, but they were calling, they were trying to give guys Reclamation Project City. I mean, that's. I'm so tired of seeing the signing like that. Like, oh, here's another project. Some of them have worked, but most of them don't. So Like, who do we have? Jarrell Cotton. He was a pitcher from the athletics organization. He never threw a ball for us. You know, we've had so many of those guys. What, Brandon Morrow? Did he pitch for us ever?
Hardly at all.
Hardly at all. Yeah, you know, we had a lot of guys. I know there's other guys. Drew Smiley's finally with us, and we've had him before, and he's never pitched for us. And I don't know that you necessarily want him, but that's what we have.
Dude, and they talk like so, like they're talking about that, like they totally expect him to be in the rotation.
Yeah.
And that's
What
fucking
a joke.
Dude, it's fucking
Yeah,
depressing.
they said he's in the rotation. They already said he has
because
a spot.
again, so you're fucking these young guys
Out of opportunity.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Keegan Thompson and Justin Steele both get opportunity in the starting rotation to start the fucking season.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. Anyway, enough specifics on the Cubs talk. What do you think? What do you think's going to happen, Justin Bay? Like, who do you have winning the divisions? Anybody want to talk about that? So we'll just start in the NL East. Do you think the Braves repeat there? I mean,
Braves. I got Braves.
Or the Mets starting rotation.
I think we're gonna be all on the same page on the fucking division winners. I think it's so clear cut going into the season right now.
Yeah, there's some good teams. There's the both the East divisions, I think, are the best divisions by far.
I think the Braves. I think the Mets are still a question mark, though.
I just mean top to bottom.
Is because like Lindor is having a good spring, right?
He needs every good thing he can get.
Dude, the Mets need him to be good.
Yeah.
Like, they need him to be good.
But when you have Scherzer and DeGrom, 1 and 2, you only need to score like 3 runs those days. And you're guaranteed to win. 2 runs, you're probably winning. 1 run, you should win with those guys on the mound. But 3 runs, you give those guys 3 runs, you're winning.
But you're also being very confident that Max Scherzer and DeGrom are both going to start 33 games.
If they start 50 games between the both of them, the Mets are a shoo-in for the playoffs.
The Mets are going to disappoint.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. But if those two do that, if they can get the Mets to where the Mets only have to be the real Mets for 110 games, that doesn't give them as long to disappoint you. That's all I'm saying. The Mets are literally trying to figure out the only way they can figure out how to make it as easy as they can for their own offense to win them ball games. We got DeGrom and Scherzer. All right, guys. Get us to the playoffs now. Come on. You don't have to. It takes such a load off of your offense. They don't have to do shit.
I think I just think the Mets are that team. Like, but remember just a few
Alonso and Lindor? Like,
just a few years ago, we were talking about how they had the greatest fucking rotation.
Yep.
With DeGrom, Syndergaard, who was the guy that fucking fell apart?
Matt Harvey.
Matt Harvey. Yeah. And everybody's like, oh my God.
Steven Matz was a stud too.
This is the fucking team. And then they fell apart.
Zach Wheeler too. Jesus.
They fell apart. And that's the thing is like, dudes. I think that the Mets are a team that pressure definitely builds on that team. Like from its fan base and stuff. And I don't know. I just don't think it's easy for them to win.
Oh, poor them.
Yeah.
They got an apple, big apple. The big apple. They got the polar bear and the big apple with that guy that smiles all the time and plays shortstop. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. I think the Mets could make the playoffs this year. It's really tough though because
I think they'll make the playoffs.
The Phillies, man. The Phillies spent money.
The
Phillies are going to try and score.
That division.
The Phillies are doing the exact opposite of the Mets. So that's why I would say the Mets are going to do while the Mets are going to try and outpitch people, the Phillies are going to try and score 15.2 runs per game on the strength of 9 home runs every single day. They have just a lineup of people that smack the ball around. They picked up Castellanos and Schwarber on the offense that was already smacking the ball around. And now with the DH, if Bohm really can't play defense, which has been the knock on him, you can let him be your DH, and he can hit, man. He can hit. You got Real Muto, Castellanos, Schwarber, Harper, Didi Gregorius, if he can get his fucking life together. Oh my goodness. I mean, and Reese Hoskins, who can hit. I mean, they can hit. They can hit. They're a good lineup. Like, that's a good lineup. That's a top 5 potentially offensive lineup. Not saying that's the best team, but because defense, I don't know what the hell they're going to do in the outfield. I don't know who's playing center field for them. Like, how does any of that shake out? They spent $20 million on Kyle Schwarber, and I love Kyle Schwarber. He's a fucking Cubs legend. But that was one of the most surprising deals, and he had a great last year. He was playing on a $10 million contract. He doubled up, man, and he doubled up for 4 years. So good for him. And then they go out and spend a ton more money on Castellanos, and those are 2 guys that are not at all known for their glove. Now, we've seen Schwarber make assists and make plays, but Castellanos is a liability too. So Phillies could have some adventures in the outfield. And for the record, Bryce Harper is a converted catcher. So it's not like I don't know his defensive stats to say if he's super good or super bad, but he's not a natural outfielder. So they don't have like a clear cut, this is the guy. But they're all big leaguers, and they should be able to get it done more often than they don't. The rest of that division, I mean, Soto at the Nationals, just trying to get out of Washington, and then the Marlins are going to be bottom feeders again.
Yep.
The Brewers win the Central, I think, running away.
I had the Brewers. However,
I think the surprise is, I think the NL Central is going to be the worst division in baseball. I don't think the Cardinals make the playoffs. I think their age is going to catch up to them. But they always pull young guys up that you've never heard of. Like, they have this new cat, Lars Nootbaar, this year. I mean, what a great name. What a great name. How do you, like, the older I get, the more I can appreciate St. Louis and the rivalry and all of that. Because, like, in the years doing cards and stuff, I've had tons of customers that I met that are Cardinals fans and, like, from the St. Louis area. They're all good people. Like, I feel like we have a lot of common, that Midwestern bullshit, whatever that is. They're not too fucking crazy and howdy y'all, and they don't go wrestling alligators in the swamp, and they're not doing God knows what in California. And, it's just like, they're good people, but fuck the Cardinals. Turds on the bat. Go Cubs, go. All that stuff. But, it's just, you appreciate the rivalry a little bit more, I guess. It's more friendly. It's not like the fucking Giants-Dodgers rivalry out west where they're like beating the shit out of each other in the parking lot and jumping dudes and all that stuff. I don't know. I guess it happens too, but that's all bad stuff anyway. Don't do that.
Yeah, the Brewers pitching staff is nasty. I'm not counting out the Cardinals because they always find a way.
I just
to
think they're
compete and win games.
I think they're aging, man. Goldschmidt's getting older. They're all getting older.
They are, but older. I mean, look, they're going to beat up on the Cubs, Reds, and Pirates.
And Flaherty's hurt right now. What's going on? Anybody know what's going on with Flaherty? Because he's turned into a really good pitcher for them. And Wainwright's older. He's been consistent, but he's older. Molina's older. They got a lot of age. I wonder, they might be one of the older teams in baseball.
I think their relievers hurt them more than anything.
Yeah, Andrew Miller retired. If he was still with them, I assume. The Reds sold off everything, but they still have some offense. They have some offense. They have some pitching. We already talked about
the Reds are going to be terrible.
Making his debut. But they still have some players. They have young players, too, though. I mean, Jonathan India won Rookie of the Year last year. They still have Mike Moustakas. Aquino, if he could ever get right. Tyler Stevenson behind the plate. I mean, they have options. Joey Votto's still there. Obviously, he's getting older.
The key question, where do you have the Cubs finishing that division?
I think the Cubs are going to finish third.
Where I had them.
I think they could end up finishing last, too, dude. I mean, that bullpen is going to be so bad. The Pirates have no pitching either.
Dude, I don't think the Pirates. I think the Pirates are
going to be last,
bottom feeder, and then the Cubs could be right there. But
I think O'Neal Cruz could come right into the league and be a star.
I mean, I still love Ke'Bryan Hayes. I can't wait to see him play this year.
Yeah. But
We'll
they
see.
don't have a lot to get excited for. The
No.
West in the NL is Dodger City.
Dodgers. I have the Dodgers Giants.
I mean the Padres just. I think the Padres they made some moves. They tried to get some more talent. I think they'll do it. I don't know. The Giants added, they added Jock Peterson. They lost Chris Bryant. Obviously, he was just a rental anyway. Who knows if they tried to get him back? And they lose Buster Posey, who had a hell of a year last year. And you're not gonna get that back from Joey Bart. Not that offensive production. So I don't know. I think the Padres even they lose Tatis for a little bit too. So it's not like it's
I'm banking that might be longer than people think.
Who knows?
I mean,
he's been a
dude,
rubber ball so far, though. It's,
those
every time you think he's down, he's right back up hitting home runs again. The guy's ridiculous.
Those wrist injuries, they can be nasty on violent swingers. Remember when Aram broke his wrist, or was that Derek Lee broke his wrist and he came back? He sucks. It took him a long time.
Lost all his pop.
Lost all his power.
It didn't come back till the next year.
Yeah, I remember that. Then you got the Rockies and the Diamondbacks, who are just not. The Rockies will be ahead of the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks won 7 games last year. I mean, they might win 10 this year. What are they doing?
I think the Padres pitching staff carries them.
Yeah, they're trying to compete with the Dodgers, and the Dodgers just showed again this offseason, like, hey, we could just spend more money than you. Sorry.
I think you got Blake Snell and stuff there. Like, he's a lot better pitcher than what.
And Paddock.
Right. They got Mike Clevenger.
Yeah, they got some dudes.
So, I mean, the potential is there that, like, they could really help carry that team.
But Logan Webb, what an emergence for him for the Giants last year. He's turned into a fucking bona fide stud. That dude throws 93-mile-an-hour wiffle balls. Like, he is amazing. He really got his teeth. He cut his teeth in the playoffs last year, so he's proven. He's battle hardened. Once you pitch quality starts in the playoffs, especially as a younger guy, I have no more concerns about your abilities. Once you do that, you're good. And he did it, and he was pitching good. I watched him pitch the other day, just on accident. It was against the Athletics. He did real well. But that guy, he come out of nowhere basically.
I don't think DeSclafani will be what he was for him last year. And
sure, I get you there.
What Rodon is a question mark of what, but he could be good. But man, it's pretty wild. A guy like that, he's never touched 200 innings, and then has a year like last year. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting for those guys. They could have a really good pitching staff, or they could have a pitching staff that falls apart.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably not going to be the greatest thing you've ever seen, though. What about out in the AL East? That's another really tough division.
That's a nasty one.
That's the most complete division.
They could have 4 teams out of that division go to the playoffs.
Yep. Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be fucking wild.
Because they'd all be cannibalizing themselves a little bit too, because they have to play each other so many times. And if they could all pull that off, that'd be next level.
They could do it.
It's very possible. It's very possible because the rest of the American League is not that great.
How good are the Tampa Bay Rays?
They're a question mark, man, to me. I think they're very good. I don't think they win the division, though. I really don't.
I picked them to win the division.
Okay. They have a great bullpen. But is their starting pitching going to be enough?
That's the big key.
Is their starting pitching going to be enough?
I mean, I was kind of going back and forth that division, with the Jays and the Yanks. It's like, okay, you could pick any one of those 3 to win the division. They flip quarters all day.
I think the Rays will finish second. I think the Rays are going to make the playoffs, and I think this is the Blue Jays' year. I mean, they They spent the money. They did everything I think you think they should do with where their core group of guys are at, and they've needed pitching, and they probably still need some more pitching. You know, I don't think they have enough pitching, but they have some. They're not the Dodgers lineup, but they have some killers offensively. They have some unselfish dudes. They have guys that are not only killers, but don't strike out a bazillion times either. Like, they're a productive offense, and they could be a pretty amazing offense. I think the Rays will finish second. I think the Red Sox are gonna surprise some teams and do better than the Yankees. I think the Yankees are gonna do what they did last year and just spend their money and then bitch that they're not competing, and they'll be a 500 team for a long time because they're gonna lose a lot of games to the Rays, the Red Sox, and the Jays. I don't think 4 teams, you know, one of those teams has. I don't know who it's gonna be. I'm a Yankee hater though, so my honest assessment may be a little biased. But one of those teams is going to get picked on more than the other.
Do the Red Sox have enough pitching? Is going to be a question.
I don't know enough about their bullpen, but I don't know. And they're missing Sale for a little bit too.
You like their starters, man? I don't know.
I don't know, but they're missing Sale. No, their offense is just ridiculous too.
Their offense is stacked.
It's ridiculous. Their infield is maybe one of the best offensive infields in baseball. And then you have J.D. Martinez in the outfield and Jackie Bradley Jr. and who else? Jackie Bradley's out there for defense, obviously, which you need in Fenway Park, especially in center field in Fenway Park. That's a lot of navigational space to go out there in the right field. But who else do they have? They have somebody else. Verdugo. Yeah. So I mean, they have, and they have a good Vasquez is a good catcher, like at the position, and he can hit a little bit, but he's a good catcher. So they're good.
Yeah, just for them, I just don't know if the starting pitching. I think maybe they. Oh man, I have them 4th in the division. But I think they could be a wild card team. In 4th place.
Absolutely. I put them in 3rd with that same thing, saying that 4 teams won't make it. So I mean, we got the same thought process going on them.
How many times do each of those teams get to play the Orioles?
As many times as they play each other, though. That's the problem. So the Orioles, man, poor Baltimore. Baltimore's going to lose more games than they probably should. Like, not out of their own fault. Like, if they're playing in the NL Central, they might do a little bit better.
They'll have another top draft pick again.
Yeah. The American League Central sucks. I mean, the Tigers spent a ton of money, but I don't know if it'll do anything. The Twins made some moves. The White Sox probably win the division. But it'll be closer than it's been. You know, I think the Twins and the Tigers could be close, and the White Sox will probably win 89, 90 games. I mean, they're not going to be they're not going to win 100 games and run away with the division. It's going to be close. I think, you would hope to see that the Twins or the Tigers put a little pressure on them. I mean, maybe Cleveland, they have a ton of pitching. I mean, I don't think they're going to compete, but Cleveland just is a pitching factory. They develop all these pitchers somehow, and I mean, they ship them out to everywhere. Like you said, Clevenger over there and San Diego, and they had Kluber. He's been moved around a lot since then, and I know there's a lot more guys, but you know what I'm trying to say. They just pump them out. So for every team we question without pitching, they're a team that you don't have to question their pitching, but they don't spend any money. And they're, what do they have to guard out of the gate? This first year of them as the Guardians. How does their debut season go? I don't know. The Royals probably finished last, but you get to see Bobby Witt, and I think you get to see a lot of him, which is great. They have good pieces, and they've had a lot of top picks, but I think maybe they've just had to rush those guys up because they needed them, more so than if they're ready. I don't know. I really don't know. Because you would think you'd like to start seeing the Royals turn the corner too. They've had like Chris Bubich and Brady Singer been first round draft picks you drafted as starters, and Bobby Witt and Lacey they drafted in 20. These are all top 5 guys, or not all of them, but a lot of them are top 10 guys drafted. So they've had a lot of talent to draft. Plus, they've had Merrifield, who's going to start declining, I guess, and getting older. You have Mondesi, and you should have Bobby Witt. And, oh man, they got another dude. Why can't I think of his name? Third base guy. Who's playing third base in Kansas City? Dozier. Dozier's good. And I think they got an outfielder too. I'm forgetting. They have some pieces, is all I'm saying, and they keep getting the talent. So when's it gonna click?
They got Dozier as third on their depth chart for third base.
Who do they have at the top?
Bobby Witt and then
Cool.
Adalberto Mondesi.
Cool. So who's playing short for them?
They have him at short for the top, but they have Hunter Dozier as the third for the fucking.
Oh, so they have Dozier at shortstop?
No, they have Adalberto Mondesi as short.
I gotcha.
But they have him in the second hole because of Nicky Lopez.
Okay. Yeah, he was a rookie last year, I think, Nicky Lopez. Maybe 2 years ago.
He hit 300.
But the AL Central's weak. But they tried a little bit. The AL West. How do the Astros keep coming up with pitchers though?
They've been a factory too, man.
They've had all these amazing offensive players kind of just appear outside of Korea. They've had the complementary pieces show up, and yet their pitchers still just show up and destroy. Like all these, like who are these guys? And then they're like, you don't know who I am, but I know who you are, and I'm gonna strike you out. So thank you. Go back to the bench, please. Next. And then they just keep doing that and win games. It's crazy.
They got I don't know how to say his last name. Jake Odorizzi.
Odorizzi, yeah. Okay.
As the number 5. Like I like that as because he can have a good year.
Yeah, he's not a third. He's not if he eats up some innings for you in the 5. Who else do they have in their rotation? The Astros. You got it up.
Yeah, McCullers. So Verlander.
Yep.
McCullers,
Urquidy,
Framber
Valdez, yeah, he's good. He's actually very good. Yeah.
And Luis Garcia.
So, who did I say? Because now I'm confused. You said Valdez. Urquidy, is he in the bullpen? Starts with a U. He's pretty good too. Jose Urquidy.
They don't have him listed.
That's wild. He's good too. I wonder where he's at. But yeah, they just keep coming up with these pitchers, man. You've never heard of me, but I'm good. Check it out.
That Luis Garcia put up numbers, dude.
Yeah, there's 3 Luis Garcias in baseball. There's an Astros one, a Reds one, and a Nationals one.
Dude, that guy's
They're all prospects.
He's a big 6'1", 244.
Yeah, he's the big one. He's the biggest Luis Garcia.
He had good strikeout numbers with a good whip. So that translates, man.
Well, what the hell's going on here? Texas Sports Cards is following me. Shout out to Texas Sports Cards. Love all the new Twitter followers. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, UG Run Around Pod. Hang out with us. Come say hello. Let us know you're watching. What about the AL West? I think the AL West is interesting. I mean, I know we're talking about the Astros. I think they win. But if you don't see 4 teams out of the AL East, I think you might see a second team come out of the West. And it could
Mariners.
Be. Or the Angels. What do you think? Do the Angels finally put all the pieces and the big contracts together, and do they get enough out of the pitching? Because the Angels, man, I don't know. I like it. I like them. They have Ohtani and Syndergaard. If Ohtani can pitch enough. And then on offense, you have Ohtani, Trout. You have Joe Adell. If Joe Adell can get to play, you get Rendon. It's time for Rendon to step up. It's shit or get off the pot time for Rendon. Because the Angels got to find out if that's a bad deal or not. Because I don't know what you do if he doesn't perform. He missed the year, so it's not necessarily all his fault. But he's got to do something now. He got a huge deal. And if he's not going to perform, then the Angels just screwed themselves again. They just got out of a bad relationship with Pujols, you know. And they have some big contracts with Trout, and if they're going to want to try and keep Ohtani here in a year or two, they're going to need to show that they're headed in that direction. So
they got Lorenzen in their like starting rotation.
The Angels?
So yeah.
Hell yeah,
So
that's funny.
It's gonna be interesting because I don't like him as a starter. We'll see.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He gives up a lot of home runs.
They gonna let him hit too. He's a guy that was a position player, right?
Yeah.
Originally, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he can hit. He's a good hitter.
He's like a physically imposing dude, right? Like he's a jacked kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture him. He was with the Reds, right?
Yeah.
I think he wears like real tight shit too.
Yeah.
Lorenzen, let me strike you out. Come here. I'll kick your ass if I can't strike you out. You know?
Yeah, he's.
So you think that
He
why?
just
So
give up a lot of home runs.
so why do you think
So we'll see.
So why are the Mariners gonna finish ahead of the Angels? You could say on prospects, but man, prospects don't play the game. What do the Mariners have that I don't know about? But I mean, you also said J-Rod's gonna do better than Wander. I want everybody to know that. J-Rod's not even promised the big leagues yet. I love it.
I know.
I love it.
I think Logan Gilbert is going to be good.
Okay, that's hoping, but okay.
You got that kid Marco Gonzalez.
Marco Gonzalez sucks. If we're talking about the same Marco Gonzalez, he's terrible.
Interesting.
Now I gotta look. The Marco Gonzalez I know is a home run machine too.
He gave up a lot of home runs.
Yeah. Who else they got?
But he does like carry a good whip, dude.
That's a nice because when he gives up the ball, it goes over the fence. But that's a good park to pitch in if you're going to be a fly ball pitcher. So I mean, he's in the Mariners know enough to get the most out of him. Like, hey, we need him here. You know, if they're scouting, you don't want him in Cincinnati or the South Side or Coors Field. As you know, you don't want if you're running those teams, he might not be your guy. So if you need him, he's a better fit there. Who else they got, though? Because I don't get it. I don't think they're very good.
Mitch Haniger.
Haniger, I like Mitch Haniger.
Jared Kelenic.
Kelenic, yeah. I mean, if he can, he's got to prove it, though. You know, everybody just wants to be high and hip and trendy on him because he was
Jesse Winker,
a rookie. Oh, yeah, they got Winker and Suarez. I like Suarez.
But Winker's good, dude.
Winker's
What's
good.
the deal with Kyle Lewis?
305, 24 home run. I mean,
Kyle Lewis still hurt.
Kyle Lewis was hurt, yeah, so who knows?
What's going on with him, man? He missed the whole year last year.
Yeah, he's hurt. Times are hard.
They have him listed as DH. So maybe that's their hope. They have Adam Frazier, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, but the Rangers spent a ton of money.
They did spend a lot of money.
They went out and bought Simeon and Seager. I mean, straight up bought them too. So does that help them at all? Like, do they even compete or what?
When you look at like the thing with the Mariners is like, okay, with a guy like Haniger, if you can get guys on base in front of him, then him hitting 260 doesn't hurt you. So like, you know, if you have those guys like Frazier and Winker and that getting on base, and then Haniger hitting fucking 40 home runs.
I mean, the Mariners almost made the playoffs last year, and Kyle Seager retired, but they did replace him with Winker and Suarez. And Suarez had a down year last year, so that's why I think that trade's even better for them.
You know, Suarez is dangerous.
Yeah, he can hit 40 bombs without really breaking a sweat. I mean, he's a home run threat, but he's not just a home run. Like, he's a good hitter. Like, yeah, he strikes out. Yeah, he had a bad year last year, but that's a guy who has a high IQ at the plate. You don't hit 40 home runs without knowing how to approach an at bat. So he's good. He's like Chris Bryant's age. He's like a guy that
Yeah, he's 30.
up until last year he was like just overshadowed at the position in the game of baseball in the division. You know, no matter how close you put those two together, it's like, oh, Chris Bryant's too close for me to get noticed.
They have a pretty good lineup, dude.
You had Arenado in that division as well, so you know it's hard for him to get any real attention. But dude can hit.
So here's the thing is, so if Kyle Lewis or Kelenic don't hit, that's where Julio Rodriguez comes in.
Yeah, no, they have
So,
more than what I remembered. And Jesse Winker though, but Jesse Winker's already got one of those.
He's gonna hit.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna hit. I'm saying,
how many outfielders do they have? They got
you got DH. They got Kyle Lewis listed as DH, but you got Winker and Haniger. Those guys are going to be in the lineup every day.
Yeah,
every
day.
So right now it's Kyle Lewis and Kelenic. So if either of those guys doesn't perform, that's when you're going to see Julio Rodriguez come up.
But what about if Julio goes, starts here in AAA and fucking hits 700 the first week? Then what do you do?
You fucking bring him up.
Yeah, where do you put him though? I mean, that's
put him in DH or fucking put him in Kelenic, because the thing is, dude, you can't wait for those guys. Those guys have had opportunity, so you can't wait forever for that shit. And that's the thing. That's where the teams that we're used to. That's where we get to watch guys suck for a long time. Most of these teams like Seattle and that, they don't fucking wait. They'll just move on to the next guy. And that's kind of like how they keep their payroll so low, because you're not paying J-Rod shit. You're not paying any of those guys anything. So you don't have to fucking say, hey, this guy has to be in the lineup because we're paying him $15 million this year. He ain't getting paid shit. He ain't fucking performing. Move the fuck on. Bring up the next guy. I think that's where you're going to see J-Rod come in. But, I mean, that lineup's pretty stacked. So I think they have an opportunity. But it's going to be tough because I really do think you got 4 teams coming out of the AL East. Yeah, so that really makes it hard.
Sure. That would be something. I just don't see, with them having to play each other more than they have to play anybody else, I don't see how it happens. But I'm not – if it's going to happen, that this year is the year it would happen with what they have going on over there. What do you guys think about the playoffs? I mean, I don't know if you want to make official predictions on all the teams. I'm not going to make you make the matchups or none of that. Who do you like?
I've got obviously Dodgers, Rays, World Series.
Okay.
Rays win it all. I'm going out on a limb.
I think that we're going to see a legitimate shot by the Atlanta Braves to repeat.
Can they take down the Dodgers with their former guy? Though, I mean, that's a hell of a story. If that's a playoff matchup, that's a storyline, boy. The Braves on the path to repeat, and the Dodgers took their fucking guy.
I think the Braves got better.
I mean,
that's the thing.
I don't necessarily disagree, but what do they have in the outfield though? Seriously, if Acuna's back and healthy, that's great. But who else do they have? I know
Eddie Rosario, Adam Duvall.
Okay, they kept Duvall. All right, that's what I was wondering, because I mean, they obviously Soler was gone. And,
this fucking league.
Yeah.
Duvall 228, 38 home runs,
bombs. Yeah,
113 RBIs. What a crazy stat line, dude.
Yeah. The dude just hits bombs. So
Rosario is a question mark. He's
not bad though. I mean, I think you know what to expect in terms of like a pretty safe range. like of what you're gonna get out of him. I think
You think, he could. That's the thing. He could. He's a couple years removed from hitting 30 home runs and 100 RBIs.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. But I really think that I think Matt Olson is
it's an upgrade.
I think
I'll say it. In the big picture of that organization, it's an upgrade.
Yeah.
He's like 3 or 4 years younger than Freddie, right?
Yeah, and he had a fucking 911 OPS last year.
Yeah, and he's as good of a hitter, right?
Yeah, and a Gold Glove first baseman.
Yeah, so I absolutely agree with that, 100%.
They will give it a serious push. You know how it really just depends whose pitching staff steps up more than anything for those two teams. I think they both have enough offense that it's going to be dependent on whose pitching staff carries them. And I think the Braves have 2 top end starters at the fucking, that can compete with fucking. So
I agree. I think it's the Braves and the Dodgers and the NLCS. The Dodgers are. If I'm, I'm sorry, I don't have an exciting hot take where the Nationals surprise the fucking world. That's not realistic. It could happen. Anything can happen. But yeah, it's the Dodgers by 10 miles. The Moneyball thing. There's 50 feet of shit, and then there's us. Like, it's the opposite of that for the Dodgers. It's like there's everyone, and then there's like 50 feet of shit, and then the Dodgers are up here. So if you want to get there, you got to climb up all this shit.
You know what you're gonna see? Here's what you'll end up fucking seeing, dude. The Mets will beat the Dodgers and then lose in the NLCS because that's the kind of fucking team they are.
Mets would do that. Do the dirty work, but not get the reward.
Oh yeah, DeGrom and fucking Scherzer will go in and be like, "Look at you! Here's your fucking top lineup against us, the baddest motherfuckers that throw baseball, and we're gonna own you up." And then they do it.
Scherzer pitches game 1 and then closes game 3 or some shit like that.
Dude, here's the thing. The thing about the Dodgers is they still have to pitch fucking Kershaw in the playoffs. So I
can't wait to see that.
If your
that's
offense,
the X factor, dude. That's the one thing.
Your offense scores fucking 7, but your pitcher gives up 10. You're losing that game.
Kershaw is. I was very surprised they brought him back.
If it ended up where you had Mets versus the fucking Dodgers, that could be a tough series for the Dodgers when you got to face DeGrom and fucking Scherzer, because the Mets offense, it could score. Like we said, it depends on if Lindor has to have a fucking season. The Mets they got a lot of question. Their question marks are in the offense, right? The Dodgers' question marks are in the pitching staff. So, I mean, it'd be a funny thing to see happen.
American League. Who you got?
The World Series winner. No. Oh man.
Brett took the easy way out and was just like, Dodgers, Rays.
Yeah.
I made it easy, man. I just threw it out there.
Hell yeah, I love it. I love it.
The Rays.
I do think the AL is a toss-up, man. Like, there's a lot of teams that could win it all. Like,
there's more balance. Yeah, I think so too. I think it'll end up being the Blue Jays and the Astros playing. I think that would be my upset prediction of sorts, and I really think the Blue Jays are going to get there to the World Series, but the Dodgers beat them. And I would want the Blue Jays to win in that scenario, but I think the Dodgers beat them. But I think the Blue Jays, they got very close last year. So did the Mariners to making the playoffs. Both of those teams were playing meaningful regular season games the last week of the year. And those teams are probably, maybe a little more driven, the guys that came back. And the Mariners added, the Blue Jays added. They lost, Semien, but they still they still have pieces, man.
I'll say.
Good.
I'll
And
say
Nate
the
Pearson's going to be healthy for the Blue Jays. He throws 117 miles an hour too. Oh yeah, that's another flame throwing cannon fireballing dude for them to add to the pitchers they've picked up.
I think the Blue Jays pitching staff's gonna suck.
Interesting. I mean, it could.
I think Kevin Gausman is a fucking flash in the pan.
Sure, I agree. Same thing with. I don't think Kikuchi's anything other than an innings eater.
And I think
But their offense is
Barrios
good enough.
ends up being your top starter for
He's
that
a stud
team.
though. Barrios is good.
But I think Kevin Gausman and fucking Hyun-Jin Ryu.
Ryu's good. He was a stud in Los Angeles too. Ryu's
I
a
think
bona fide top-notch pitcher.
Dude, we'll see. We'll see. I think.
And then if I'm telling you, Nate Pearson gets a chance.
Time.
Has he pitched this spring? See him anywhere on the deal? Nate Pearson throws hard. Pearson.
He is 2-0 with a 6.23 ERA.
This spring?
Yeah, he's pitched 4 innings and given up 3 runs.
Hell yeah! How many strikeouts?
6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 home run.
Oh, he's good to go. He's just figuring it out. Well, Pav, who are you sending to the World Series? But I'm starving. We gotta wrap this thing up.
Yankees, Braves repeat.
The Yankees. I don't even know if the Yankees make the playoffs. This dude says he's going to the
Yankees,
ship.
Braves. I think their pitching staff gets enough done in the regular season and then like in the playoffs to. But I think the Blue Jays. I think their pitching staff is going to be their Achilles heel. So like,
absolutely. They're just offensively, they're going to score so many runs. They're going to be a top 5 offense in baseball.
I like the Rays. I think Brett's smart there.
Yeah, the Rays always figure it out. You know, they're like, it's good for them. I mean, they with the constraints they do it in, the fact that they're able to compete in general is astonishing. So, good for them. And Wander Mania is running wild. Running wild.
You heard it here. Write it down. The Mets beat the fucking Dodgers in the playoffs. That's going to be the
write it down. Number 2. No,
that's going to be it. The pitching from the Mets gets it done. That's going to be the talk. That'll be the whole fucking. There'll be like this huge fucking thing. Everybody's just talking about. That's going to be the. But like I said, I think the Braves end up knocking off the Mets and LCS because the Mets don't know how to win when it gets down to it.
You know who I didn't realize who was back for the Braves is Ozuna. I didn't realize he was back.
Yeah, they let him.
That's a heck of a bat.
Same thing with Bauer, though, too. If they let him,
that's
so.
True
I don't
too.
understand why he's still on administrative leave. Now, I'm not saying anything good or bad about the guy, but he's been cleared of his whatever whatever was brought up against him in a non-baseball setting under the court of law has been dismissed.
Yeah, it's dismissed. They're not pressing any charges.
But he's not allowed to play yet.
Because so weird. I don't understand it.
I think he'll get suspended for some time too by MLB.
Like disorder, like for doing something on his own time. I don't know.
Because you are
representation.
You are a representative of Major League Baseball. You're getting paid millions of dollars too.
And they already don't like him.
Paid millions. I that is one thing that like I will say, like, you're getting paid millions. Keep your fucking nose clean. I mean, really.
You tell him, Pav. You tell that Trevor Bauer.
I mean, when you fucking
keep your nose clean, mister.
Dude, if you're gonna fuck bitches, fuck the ones that aren't crazy. You know?
Don't choke them.
Fair.
Dude, go hire fucking hookers in fucking Costa Rica or Panama or some shit.
Oh, dude, he's got to pitch tomorrow. He ain't got time to go down there, bro.
Dude,
get his mind right for the game.
It's a 5-hour flight. It's not that bad. So like,
he doesn't need jet lag. He's got to make a start, and he needs to get his mind right.
But I think like, and then something with Bauer is I think he is going to be impacted by the crackdown on foreign substances. So I think his spin rate is going to suffer, and that's been a big thing for him because we saw him before
I don't
there
think
was
he's a
that
great
whole-
pitcher for the record anyway. I think he's a
right.
good pitcher, and he's gotten better somehow. And
When you look at his spin rate numbers, he was one of those guys that took a huge jump, and like I think with the crackdown on foreign substances, I think that's going to hurt him pretty good. So I think he'll end up, he'll be a good pitcher, but not enough to. It's going to be tough, man. I think when they get
but
to the
that's still an
playoffs, they
addition.
get
That's all
lined
I'm
up,
saying. It's
right?
something that they didn't have
Right.
when they
I
needed
think,
it.
yeah, I think when and if they get lined up with the Mets in the playoffs, that could pose a serious fucking
You're
some
really
trouble.
hell bent on this Mets Dodgers matchup.
I'm telling you, dude, that's going to be the matchup.
What else?
When you get the best pitchers, short of having fucking Verlander too, you got DeGrom and Scherzer.
I agree.
So
I agree. What else do we got to talk about? I'm telling you, I am starving. Like having an attack right now.
I'm good. My battery's about to die, so this is perfect time for me.
See, Brett's battery's gonna die. Brett, you don't have any more news for us, buddy?
That's it.
All right, brother.
Nothing.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Pav Daddy, what else you got, bud?
baseball's almost here.
The
8
next
days.
episode.
8 days.
So we're gonna launch this episode. This is episode 17. We're one episode away from opening day, and when people listen to episode 18, it'll be opening day. Guys, we're almost there. This is fucking awesome. Thanks everybody for watching tonight, listening, checking it out. We did run it around. We talked about all sorts of stuff, not even baseball related for a little bit.
We're gonna have to. I got one for you. We're gonna have to do a game. We're gonna have to do a broadcast. We'll have to do a live episode.
We can do that
from Wrigley one day.
We can do it.
That would be awesome.
We can do it.
I think we got to, and like the opportunity right now because the Cubs are gonna suck. We're gonna be able to get good seats really cheap. I think this is the year to do that.
That would be awesome. That's a good idea.
Yeah, let's figure it out. Maybe I try and get in touch with their people. Like, hey, let us do something cool.
Don't mind the three guys with the camera sitting on the back of the seat.
Yeah, we're just being idiots. Anyway, thanks for watching, listening. Follow us on Twitter. We'll be back next week with another episode. It's almost baseball time. I hope you guys enjoyed our predictions. If you have anything you want to add to the conversation, guys, leave a comment below on YouTube, Twitter, anywhere. Let us know what you think. Everybody, thanks again. Have a great night. See you guys later. Peace.